It was pretty cool when Mark joined me here, because we'd always kind of watched each other play when we had, a year together in high school. And then I came to York, and he would come to watch the games at York, and he knew all of the guys that were here, but we never got to play together. And the good thing at York was it was only a year, but we got to play together for a year. When we had to go against each other in drills, it got a little testy at times, but we both understood that was just a natural competitive nature that we had and that occurred within the game. Mark's greatest ability on the court was as an offensive player. He made teams through his offense. I made teams because of my defense and learned the offensive stuff. So I would say he was pretty creative offensively. It's not that he can't play defense, but sometimes he just won't play defense or didn't want to. And when he turned it up defensively, he could be pretty good. The social stuff that he brought to the team off the court and kind of rallying guys together and being, lightening the mood a little bit was really good. We were playing Ryerson one night at Tate, and back in those days their program was struggling. But I was on the court late in the game and kind of got into it with a guy. Guy was trash talking me. I'm like, dude, you're down like 45 points. Like, we could lie down for the next 5 minutes and you still wouldn't beat us. And he said something back to me, and it was kind of racially charged, and I went after him. And for no good reason, Mark was sitting on the bench and came rocketing off the bench. And before I could get a shot at this guy, he had taken a shot, and it kind of turned ugly. And somebody asked him, what are you doing? He goes, well, the guy was out there trash talking my brother. And the fact that he came flying off the bench and kind of created that melee, when I really could have looked after myself, was admirable, but it resonates with me. I look back and I look at the three titles and the 3 All-Star selections. And I think that was great for him, because he got out of Enzo, John Christensen, Tim Ryder, all of those guys, they got out of the shadow of Bob's early teams that kind of helped turn the program around, with like Ted Galka and myself and Lonnie Ramadi and Coulthard and Pellick and Ronnie Cack, and they got out of that shadow and they said, hey, we can do what we want to, and Mark was a big part of that. It's interesting how he got into the whole broadcast business, because it stemmed from what happened at York. They were playing at that point, the CIAU had regional playdowns to get to a CIS Final Four. And they were out in Vancouver. It was the fledgling, the neophyte stages of TSN, and they had televised the game. And Mark was player of the game, and he did an interview, and he said to, I believe it was Peter Watts at the time, hey, how do I get a job there? And they said, well, the guy said, call me Monday or Tuesday when we get back to Toronto, because they were in Victoria, and I'll see what I can do. And that's where it started. Mark took it to the next level. It was, I just don't want to be a guy who's writing highlights or producing. Boy, it'd be really cool to be on air. After a short time at TSN, he went to ABC and ESPN, and it all started from playing basketball in York and seeking out those opportunities. Hey, little brother, I just wanted to say, as always, I'm really, really proud of you. I think what you've accomplished and the way you've represented yourself, our family, the university, has been terrific. And as a Hall of Famer that got there before you, along with the guy who's going in with you now, Bob Bain, and some of your teammates, Christensen, Ryder, Spaniolo, Coulthard, some of those guys, all I want to say is welcome to the club, welcome to the Hall of Fame.